Hello beauties, how are you all doing? I am back with another custom made palette. This is for the month of August. Drum roll. It is an 8-pan and I'm calling it blood orange. If you want to see me swatch these pans and make 3 eye looks with them for you, let's go into the video. But before that, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. Beauties, before I begin swatching this palette, I wanted to quickly show the colors to you. I tried to use a variety of different eyeshadow brands, and I generally try to do that for these palettes to inspire you all to make your own custom made palettes if you have singles. As I mentioned in the intro, I named this palette Blood Orange, and part of the reason was because I was trying to be inspired by summery drinks, and citrus fruits generally remind me of summer. I'm going to put on the screen a few photos that I looked up as I was trying to make this palette that inspired me for the specific colors that I put in this palette. Okay beauties, we're gonna start by doing the swatches, and I'm gonna tell you what colors I'm using. So I'm gonna go the top row first. The first color I'm gonna swatch for you is Lynx from Devinah. This looks like a beautiful, frankly, duochrome. I don't know if I would call this a multichrome. I'll put the name of the bundle this was from in the description box below. Let's swatch this. This is sort of a translucent-y type of color, so you will be able to see your skin color from under it. From my angle, I see sort of a very light blue, I would say. But I think you all are seeing yellow to orange. Well, maybe it is multichrome, but you know, not compared to a lot of other multichromes that I've swatched in these videos. The shifts are not that extreme. Okay, let's go to the next color. This one is Lunar Spectrum from Terra. This is one of those iridescent multichromes. It looks kind of green from this angle. I know it looks sort of gold from some other angles. And beauties, I apologize if there's car noise outside. So this is the color on my finger. I think you all even see the pink ready shift, which is something I'm looking forward to using. This is a beautiful color. Of course, I was debating between some other colors from Terra. I feel like Red Giant has just too much red shift. I wanted something that does red but also does sort of pink and gold, and this one does do that. And I didn't want very, very extreme shifts. This color looks green from my angle. The next color that I have is Maids American from Sydney Grace. This is one of those beautiful magentas with a shift of purple. Hopefully you can see that. It is a beautiful, beautiful color. Let's swatch this for you all. I don't know if this is considered a satin color or a shimmer, but it's beautiful. So you see the magenta base, and then a very tiny, beautiful bluey purpley hue on top. Very nice. From some angles, I even see a little bit of orange red, which is why I thought it would go in this palette. The next color I have is also from Sydney Grace. This is called Magic Act. This is also, I don't know, maybe satin. I wouldn't call this shimmer. They feel more satin than shimmer. And I would say this is just a monochrome. Beautiful, beautiful purple though. So I think I mentioned at the beginning that I'm calling this palette Blood Orange. For this palette, I had some inspirations of photos that I looked at online of orange. I was thinking about summery drinks you can make with blood orange, and I looked up general orange colors and blood orange colors, and I was inspired by those to select these colors. Okay beauties, we're going to continue with the swatching. The first one for the second row is Turbo Snap from Glam Shop. This is one of those crazy colors. I think Glam Shop called this their turbo colors or turbo glow pigments. This is kind of flaky, but it is insane. It has an undertone of orange, like very bright orange, with an overtone of purpley, pinky. Hopefully you can see the shifts. It's a beautiful color. And it's very flaky. My recommendation is to use it over some sort of a tacky base, epoxy, or glitter primer or something like that. I'm sure you can see the flakes going everywhere. So this is Turbo Snap. Again, super wet looking, beautiful color. And then our other three colors are going to be mattes. First one is Sunkissed from Colourpop. This is the shade Swatched. This color is a beautiful light orange. Similar to other Colourpop colors, it might need to be built up. My next color is Habanero from Looxi Beauty. That is on my finger. Super beautiful brick orange color. I'm super impressed by Looxi Beauty's matte shades. I feel like I've talked about it before in these videos, but just making sure I mention it again. Okay, beauties, our last color is this one. As you can see, this color came in a smaller pan than the other ones, which are 26mm pans. And the reason for that is because it's from the Wine and Only palette from Colourpop. I purposefully used colors from this palette because I wanted to show you all that you can take these pans out. You can see these are magnets in the back, so these pans all pop out with a strong magnet or one of those magnet tools, and you can use these pans if you want to use them in custom made palettes or you just want to travel with them. You don't need to necessarily take this palette and use it as it is. And that's something that I absolutely love about Colourpop, and of course a lot of other brands. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that, and that was part of the reason I purposefully picked that color out of this pan. I know I have taken out two colors from this palette. One of them is in another custom made palette, but the specific color that I've used for this 8-pan palette that we're using today is Vinter, which is this one, which is the darkest color in this Wine and Only palette. The only issue you're gonna hit if you're doing this is that they don't have names on the back. You might be able to either mark it with a marker or something, or you can just keep track of what color it is, which is what I'm doing. Okay, let's swatch this. It's a beautiful burgundy, and frankly to me this is literally the very essence and the very color of a blood orange, so let's use it. And we all know that Colourpop mattes are amazing. I'm keeping around a lot of these 9-pan palettes from Colourpop for this kind of a purpose, so that I can mix and match the colors that are in them and create my own custom palette, believe it or not. Okay, you see how amazingly pigmented that is? So this is the second row of my blood orange palette. Okay, beauties, I already primed my eyes with I Prime from Juvia's Place. This is in shade number 2. That's part of the reason why my eyes around them is a little orange. Let's jump in. I'm gonna do 2 separate looks on each eye so that we can sort of test the palette. Let's jump in with this fluffy Japonesque brush. I'm gonna use this orange color. Beautiful. Going in my crease area. I'm now going to use a smaller brush. This is Morphe E17, and I'm going to go into the darkest color, and this is going in my outer V. I'm going to get a very fluffy brush. This is also from Morphe. I don't know, I think this came in a set. There was no number on it. I think this was a set they did with Ulta frankly, this is an older brush. I probably should get rid of it, to be honest, but now that it's here, I'm gonna use it just to blend these two. This is a little pokey, and you know, when people say Morphe brushes are not good, I think that's kind of what they're talking about. If you use this for blending a lot over a period of time, you can really hurt your lids. I'm gonna use a little bit of NYX. Goes in this part of my eye. And I'm gonna go into Maids a Milkin. And this is going to go over this part of my lid. Using the same brush that I used for the darker color, I'm gonna just blend this edge. I'm now gonna look up and use the same brush to just do my lower lash line. And then using the other brush that has the orange color from Colourpop Sunkissed, just diffusing this first color. You can also just use a dedicated brush that's designed for lower lash line. I have talked about why I do this at length in this channel. Okay, beauties, this is the completed look. If you feel like it, you can use either of these two colors in your inner corner, but I feel like this look is nice as is. If you don't want to use a shimmer in the inner corner, you can take a body or powder this color off your face and matte out your inner corner a little bit. That also helps open out the eyes if you don't want to use shimmers and funky colors to add more funk to the look. I think this is fine as is. Let me now do the other look. Then after I did both eyes, I'll bring the camera closer and show you both looks from close up. With a relatively small brush, this is Morphe M332. I'm gonna go into Habanero, this orange color. This is again from Looxi, and this is gonna go straight into my outer V. Beautiful, beautiful orange color. Bringing it more towards the center of my lid, like that. And now using glitter primer across the lid in this area. First, I'm gonna go into Turbo Snap from Glam Shop, the Insanity that is this color. And I'm putting this over the glitter primer, so across the lid. Now with the same brush, I'm gonna clean up the edge. I'm gonna pick a brush that's kind of designed for lower lash line. I'm gonna dip it in Habanero and draw it across my lower lash line. I then blend it out with a clean flat brush. If you want, you can also use the lighter orange color for this. Now I'm gonna use a pointy brush in Lunar Spectrum and put this beautiful color in my inner corner. This color has pink, potentially you can say a little bit of a hue of purple, definitely reddish orange. So it could definitely blend into Turbo Snap. My eye look is done. If you want to deepen out the look a little more, you can either put a little bit of this darkest red color in the outer V area a little bit, or a little bit of Magic Act, the purple color, in the outer V area. Magic Act would also very beautifully blend into Turbo Snap. Also, beauties, I forgot to mention, but let me quickly mention that these nails are warped from Cleona's Magnetic Slickadelic collection. If you can see this one, I magnetized. You should be able to see the magnetic effect on it. Did I magnetize any other ones? You should be able to see the other ones if there's any other one that I magnetized. I didn't magnetize all of them, so. Okay, beauties, let me now bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. Okay, beauties, I'm back for the final look. I already primed my eyes with Painterly. We're back in this beautiful palette. I'm gonna try to use some of the shades that I haven't used, although that's gonna be difficult. Because there aren't that many shades, I'm gonna obviously have to repeat some shades. I'm gonna begin with a packing brush. This one is from Sydney Grace. This is E05. This is kind of slanted. It doesn't have to be a slanted brush, but I'm gonna go into this color. And I'm putting this beautiful color at the end here. You can use a smaller packing brush. You can even use your fingers because this is kind of shimmery. I don't know what Sydney Grace calls this formula, but I would say this is a shimmer. Maybe you can call it satin. Okay, I am having a little bit of transfer to my lower lash line, but ignore that for the moment. I'm now going to use a flat packing brush. Let's use this one from e.l.f. This is the Mint Melt collection that they came out with a year ago, 2 years ago, or something like that. I'm going to go into this color from Colourpop, and I'm going to put it here. Now the thing is, orange mixed with purple, the two are complements, because orange is yellow and red and purple has blue in it. It's red and blue. Normally you should be concerned because it could muddy. The thing is, when the textures are different, you don't know what to expect. So a lot of times you can't really know what would happen. In this case, I don't think they're gonna mix, because this shimmer looks like it's not gonna mix with a powder. And usually that's how it is. Shimmers rarely mix with powders because shimmers are cream based. Powders are obviously powder based. You see, it kind of goes over the color. Now this is giving me kind of a sunrise type of a look, and I'm enjoying that. I'm now gonna use a little bit of NYX's glitter primer. NYX, where did I put you? Here it is. A tiny dab, and I'm gonna bring this at the innermost part of my eye, not exactly just in the inner corner, but a little bit also over the orange. And beauties, you probably already know this if you've used Colourpop singles before, but this one is a little bit too dry, so you know, you might have to pack it up. I'm now gonna take a brush like this. This is Morphe M210. Beauties, I have asked you to tell me what kind of brushes I can use for creams, and I have gotten some recommendations, but please feel free to put more recommendations if you have in the comments below. But this is one of the ones that I actually like. Although I'm not the biggest fan of Morphe brushes, of all the brushes I have, I like this one. It has thick enough bristles that they pick up creams pretty well. So let's go into this one. You see? You don't necessarily get this with a lot of other kind of brushes. A lot of brushes just eat up your color. So, okay, I'm now gonna put this over that glitter primer like this, and then I'm gonna bring it into my inner corner like that. Again, this color is Lynx from Devinah. With a flat brush, this is a little bit large, but it's fine. I'm gonna go into Habanero from Looxi, and I'm gonna do my lower lash line with this color. Now I'm gonna pick a small fluffy brush. This is a round-headed one from e.l.f. This is their eye contour collection. I'm blending this out so it doesn't look harsh. Obviously doing it on both eyes. Now picking a completely fluffy brush. This is from Morphe and Nyan collection number FF3. And I'm just blending this top part. Okay, beauties, my eyes are done. Let me put something on my lips. I'll be right back. I put Ultra Blotted Lip in color Doozy from Colourpop. This is the old formulation. I have the new formulation. We're gonna test them, and I'm gonna do some other video with these separately, comparing the old version versus the new version. But this is what I have on my lips. It is kind of corally, a little bit reddy, and I figured it goes with the look. So this is our final look. I'm hoping you enjoyed this video. This is our 8-pan palette for the month of August, Blood Orange. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you're enjoying these kinds of videos. I love making them. I love creating custom palettes. It's something that I've gotten into recently, and I'm absolutely enjoying it. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already, but you're enjoying these types of videos. We're gonna have a lot of stuff, similar stuff coming up. I love you all. Have an amazing day, and until next time. Bye.